Hey guys, there's something that we need to talk about. Okay, so we've been seeing each other for a little while now, and I feel comfortable with you, and so I think it's time for us to have the talk. I need to tell you something about myself that probably isn't going to change and that I have to deal with, and if you like me, then you're going to have to deal with it too. And that is that I'm a highly sensitive person, and I'm a very emotional person. Sometimes I'm going to be reactive. I'm going to overreact to situations, and my heart is going to jump ahead of my brain a little bit. I know myself pretty well now. One of the reasons that I do this, I'm used to having a little bit of drama in my life. And now that I'm a little older and I don't have as much drama in my life, my brain and my emotions are really trained to like dramatic situations. So sometimes what I do is I create little dramatic situations for no reason. I do this a lot, and I did this today. I get my feelings hurt very easily for no reason. Anyways, this is my dilemma today. This is really a dumb dilemma, and I know that, but I can't even help that my emotions are feeling this way, so I'm going to share it. So my sweet boyfriend, he does try as much as he can because he's just a dude, right? He's very dude-like, very duty. Well, we have a long distance relationship, and one of the things that I like, because I like attention, is that I love it when we can connect in the morning and just kind of say hi. And you know what? We've been talking for a while now, a couple years, so there's not really anything left to say or anything important. Really, it's just that like connective thing where I'm like, oh yay, I was thinking of you too. You were thinking of me. So today I sent him a little text message because he was up late, and he had messaged me way early in the morning, like 4, like he just couldn't sleep. So obviously I'm not awake, but I get the message and I'm like, oh yeah, that's nice. So I sent him a little message back, and I'm just like, hey, I can't even tell you because it's a little cheesy. So I'm just thinking, he could send me a little message back, and then I'm thinking, well, when he wakes up, he'll call me because obviously he's thinking about me as much as I think about him. Maybe. So no, it gets to be 1 o'clock and I call him and I'm like, hey, hi. He's not trying to sound crazy or anything. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm just hanging around. And I'm thinking instantly, I'm like, oh, you've been up for a minute? You're just hanging around? How come you didn't call me? Why don't you text me back or something? I know, I hear myself telling you this. I'm sure I'm going to watch this and be like, but I also know that a lot of women are going to relate to this, or a lot of people in general. You know what? What's the big deal? Someone sends you a message, just message them back. Hello, a little heart, something. Anywho, so I got a little, I was a little passive aggressive. I don't know. I mean, I guess we had nothing to talk about really. And then that just reflects to me that we had nothing to talk about. I might call him back and just bug him just to be like that. Whatever, I can do that. That's my job. I don't know why I can't get this dumb little thing out of my head. You know why? It's because I think I started talking to you guys about it. So today, not a big deal. Like, I don't have to be called every single day. But it did make me think, like, is my value really that dependent on whether or not I get a phone call in the morning? I guess sometimes it is. Okay, anyways, you know what? Logically, I know that this is really silly, and yeah, as he points out, like, hey, our relationship doesn't hinge on a text message and a phone call. Dang it, if he isn't so freaking practical all the time that I just want to like roll my eyes and just hide in a closet, you know what I mean? I talk about these things so that we realize that they're just silly, and they're just little emotions, and they come and go. And you know what? If you meet someone and you're going to try and have a relationship with them, then I hope you guys can work through these kinds of things together. But I wanted to say that don't hurt my feelings, okay? Like, if you're watching these videos and you really like them and you think that maybe I have something to say that is like, kind of silly and funny or interesting or thoughtful, then like tell your friends and stuff that they need to check me out too. Because if we build this big community of people and we all have these fun little thoughts together, then you know what? That's good. That means like good stuff is spreading around, and that's the point of this. And then you know what? Then I can focus on all the positive things in my world, and maybe not worry if my boyfriend messaged me on time, like silly stuff. P.S. He still hasn't really called me and connected today, probably because he doesn't have much to talk about. And you know what? I hear this a lot. You're just too sensitive. Okay, well maybe so. Well, maybe you're insensitive. I don't know. I don't think this applies to the situation. Sometimes I do think that. Not about him specifically, but just people in general. So if you tell someone they're too sensitive, why don't you think about that? Maybe you're being the jerk. Just a thought. Side note. Anywho.